Okay, so how was, what do you even call it? Fajr thoughts, Tarawi truffles. So what was the takeaway?
Well, there were a lot today because a lot of people spoke and shared. We talked about everything from how Allah gives without accounts to how Allah is limitless and we are limited, and we do not need to project our limitations on Allah when we're making dua. And we talked about parenting and how sometimes people give, like, our generation, like, it was like be a doctor or nothing, and people and that triggered a lot for people. And so we talked about how, like, a lot of times we are not intentional about our parenting, and then look at the mother of Maryam, who dedicated her child before she came to the service of Allah. And my sister shared that she wants her own child to memorize the Quran. Like, yes, not everybody will be able to. Yes, she prays that her child is capable and able to memorize the Quran. But even if she's not able to, if she feels like, she would do her best to put her on that path. And then, at the end, it's like, is whatever the child does with that and everything. So, like, sometimes, especially new age coaches, like, it's like a lot about hustle and all of that. Like, but we need to also understand that Allah is about abundance. Like, when you think about the ayah that is saying that Mary is saying that Allah provides without account for who He will. Sometimes you think, like, if there's someone else's name close to yours, it waters down what your success is. But Allah is bountiful and abundant, and it doesn't work like that. And a lot of business coaches advise people that, it's about hustle, it's about hustle, it's about hustle. And sometimes it's like what you're giving out, or what the hustle is taking from you, is more than what, like, you're getting in terms of, like, spirituality and all of that. So, like, it's important to know that, like, it is written, like, all Allah needs to say is be, and it is. And so, yeah. And then there was a lot of talk about dua, like a sister advice, rather than say, like you saying it's going to be only about your kids, you're going to do better by your kids. It means that, have you considered making dua for even your parents too? Because sometimes, like, when the kind of duas we make for our parents are, we're thinking, may Allah bless them, and then after that it's like, okay, you pray Allah provides for you so that you can buy them a house, so that you can buy them. But, like, what about them? What about their faith? What about, the way they make you feel? And
I think talking about abundance, like, isn't it funny that so I was doing a bit of reflection because I'm trying to strengthen my hadda, right? And so I was doing, but in addition, in trying to do that, I'm also trying to ensure that I have reflections. So isn't it funny that you are upstairs and that's one of the things that came up for you, and also I was downstairs and that's also one of the things that came up for me. And it was Amber, where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying that we will send down water in abundance from rainy clouds, right? And then so that you can plant corn and vegetables. And I stopped there and I was just wondering, I was like, wait, why corn? Like, I was just asking myself, why corn? And I thought about it, that look, of all the plants, of all the shrubs or whatever, right, I think corn is the one that really shows you what abundance is. And I really agree with you. And I know, the whole business coaches hustle, post 7 times on Instagram. But what you need to understand is that, if you have faith in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he one seed of corn gives you a whole corn stalk. That corn stalk has branches. Those branches have corn hubs. Each hub has, I don't even know, have you ever counted how many grains are on one corn? Like, it's mind blowing. So it could just even be that, instead of posting every day, it could just be one post jigger that you post that will bring that stock, that will give you repost, that will give you. And I think also, coming to think about it, it also shows that I think you should repurpose your content as well. So it's not one thing that you think you have to post one all the time. Sometimes just one seed that can just give you that. I think it's really amazing, right? So what are your final thoughts? What
on
just basically today your own reflections with your group. I did my reflections alone. I think I should. I don't know, but I can't come. I don't know. I don't know if I can commit to doing it with people every morning because there are days when my head will just touch and I don't want to be with people.
Yeah, I find it scary too. I guess today I decided I was gonna put in time, and this morning I decided okay, I could add the ayah, like to get people to prepare. And I put the time and I put the ayah and I didn't say Surah Al Imran. And when I asked the sister to recite, she recited from Surah Al-Baqarah. And yeah, but I was like, as soon as she started reciting, I knew it was Surah Al-Baqarah, so I just waited. And when she finished, I was like, well, you're supposed to recite Surah Al-Imran. She's like, oh, sorry. I was like, no, okay, inshallah. And so she did. And it was nice. Like, it was nice. And today we had more people join. We had more people share. And like, that was a trigger. And I find like when it comes to parenting, everybody has their own different experience. And alhamdulillah, we have a generation of parents coming
Mindful
up that
parents.
are willing to probably do the work. It's just that sometimes like you don't know the extent of the work you have to do like till you get started. And yeah, like people are trying to be more intentional about parenting, but I feel like the world is ready to make that even harder with things like babies and all of that coming up.
I didn't want to talk about that. That thing pisses me off. Talking about parenting and triggers. So today, I mean, I have my plan. You remember? You know when I showed you my plan, what did you say? You said
Don't freak out.
Eh?
Don't put them in boxes.
Yeah. Also, in fact, the first thing you said was that where's your name on that plan? Like I scheduled every 30 minutes of my entire day. So something happened, and that advice you gave me was very sound. So Bilal, as you know, was awake. Like I was just coming upstairs, and then I saw him by the staircase. Nobody even knew he had escaped from his room. So I picked him up, but he's been
Agent on a mission.
He's been very, So I heard Rahina with him downstairs. Like when I went back downstairs and I was by the table, by my man cave. So I heard her trying to make him sleep, but he knew he could hear my recitation, so he knew that I was there and he was uneasy. He escaped. She now told him there's nobody there. He was like, I beg. He came, he saw me, he just ran and sat on my lap. Then there's this face mist that is on that this thing. So he kept stretching. He wanted it, so I gave him. He played it. I didn't even say anything. In fact, you know what? I think I even slept off. I was holding him. After I finished playing with it, he just turned, put his head on my shoulder. Then I stood up. As soon as I stood up, walked like 2 times, he slept. Now, I had the dilemma. I didn't want to, because Rahina too had slept. I didn't want to wake her up to say carry him. Then I came to the room and you were having your
Okay.
So that's when I now just knocked into their own room, and before Aisha was even sleeping, she didn't even wake up. So I entered, dropped him, and then I came back downstairs. Now, thing is, it took away. So I'm not going to say it took away. Like I had the opportunity to hold him, bond with him, chill with him, and everything. But if it was me of before, I'd be like, oh my God, I need to catch up with my recitation. Yeah.
I know you have before.
Once I have a target, I become like a machine, like a zombie.
Say it to someone that hasn't traveled with you.
Traveling with me. You know what? Honestly, we talk about that one. I think the craziest one I had was when I said I didn't want to break my alwala from Medina to Makkah. Like, who? And I was pressed. I wanted to pee. When we now got to Makkah, you now say you want to use the restroom, bah? And I looked at you, I was like, are you crazy? And it was after we had that, small argument. Then I realized, really, really and truly, what I think I have tendencies to be very extreme. Anyways.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
no comment on that one.
Yeah, whatever. All right. So I don't know. I think
you were flexible with your schedule.
Yes, with my schedule, but I still got stuff done, and I'm just looking at what is more important now. I mean, like you said, I think you were the one that made me aware that look, your goal this Ramadan can even be that you want to be a more present parent. It's not about how many khatams you do. I mean, doing khatams is important, but also you are nurturing children. If you don't have that, if you are not conscious and present with them, you're raising a generation of dysfunction all again. So I'm seeing it as that's part of like, I don't know.
That's your step towards changing the world.
Exactly, step towards changing the world. One person at a time. Okay, I don't know. I just decided to randomly record this. I don't know what is going to come out of it, but yeah.
Maybe say the date too.
No?
So maybe say the date too.
Today is what, 15th? Today is 3rd of Ramadan, 1422.
1422 day. Say 42.
1442, sorry. I don't know.
Maybe 43.
No, it's 42. 1442. Today is
yeah, it's 42.
1442. Today is 15.
I counted the new year. Like last year it was 42. Mama new year, ba? Like January.
Yeah.
So like in my head it should be 43.
So today is 15th of April. Anyways, yeah. Ma salam. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.